mind. I groove it all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groovester, yes I am. With groove I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me to bust loose and break free. I'm dancing to my dreams, bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groove-alicious. Groove knows who I am. 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving.
Hello, Groove. David Lemon here, and welcome to our Groove Q&A 11. This is the 11th one this year. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you are having a great time. We have some crisis in the world. I hope that doesn't bother you much. If some of you guys are coming in from those countries that are currently hurting, I hope everything is going well. Hope you have somewhere to go, and yeah, I just don't want to kill the mood, so I just wanted to say good luck. Hope everything is well, and we'll get through this together. So yeah, we have a lot of questions. I have scheduled the live stream on Wednesdays now, so we now do one Q&A on Wednesdays every week. And I will be putting up the post on Tuesdays, so that on Wednesday we have already a group of questions for me to answer. And then we are going to go into the live comments and then answer those. If you haven't put in your questions in the comments section yet, you can drop that in over here immediately. And yeah, we'll just start with the questions immediately. I do not have anything new to kind of update you on. There will be a couple of updates. Some went live, but I'm going to do a full announcement about everything that we've been working on so far. During the January and February, the first 2 months in the year, we made only fixes, mainly because small improvements and mainly fixes because of our launch. We try to focus on making sure everything works properly for our launch. This is why you will see a list of many fixes in the announcement. But now in this couple of last deployments, we are bringing out the big guns, and then we added some cool features that you will like. So cool features and improvements. So that's coming most probably next week. But for now, I'm just going to jump in and answer your questions, guys. So let me just share my screen real quick. There we are, and I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller like this, and we can get started maybe even smaller. I'm using OBS in case you would like to know what I'm using for this on-screen background kind of live streaming. OBS and StreamYard. All right, Simon had a question over here. A lot of questions that I'm going to go through have been already answered, because when the post is up, for longer than, I don't know, half an hour, 1 hour. The users go in and answer each other's questions. I'm just going to go and give my answers. Where do we find the schedule for apps yet to come? There is no full-on schedule yet. I'm going to be making it live. The list that I have is not fully built out yet. The things that I do have so far, I'm going to make live most probably next week. That's something that I've been working on already. But if you would like to see something about the future apps, the big apps, and when they are coming, then I would suggest you to watch the Groovathon video for basically the future development, the future apps. You can watch it on YouTube. The name of this video is Increase Sales and Maximize Time. This was one of the last videos during our Groovathon before our launch. And here in the timestamps, you can see that we are going into the future apps at the 2 hour, 21 minute, 21 second mark. I'm just going to copy this real quick and then paste it here in the reply. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to copy the link. So what we do is copy the link address and then paste it. Not what I did there. All right, so this should help. Yeah, so here we talk about iPhone app and basically the mobile app, the new dashboard with the UI. We will have new global settings, bunch of new integrations, Groove Survey, Groove Quiz, Groove Conference, and Groove Stream, Groove Funnels Mapping, Groove Desk, Groove Calendar, Groove Automation, Groove SDK, Groove Marketplace, and I forgot Groove Pipe from here. Inside the demonstration, Groove Pipe is also going to be coming late Q3. All right, let's just move on to the next question from here. How do I add downloads to my site? Do I need to share them via Google Drive, for example? Will this be a function available in the future? You already have that function right now. Just go to GrooveMember, files, upload them, get the link, and you're good to go. Let me just real quick show you how to do it. If you go to GrooveMember, as I mentioned, let me just open up my dashboard. GrooveMember, files, and then you upload your file from here. In the top right hand side corner, you just give it a name, upload your file up to 200 megabytes. Once you did that, you can just copy the URL. Once you share this URL somewhere, it's going to look like this. It's going to be a download page, and users can download from here. You could also use the what's it called, Google Drive or Dropbox or OneDrive or whatever you would like to use, but we already have a file hosting within Groove. Is there a recommended calendar app to use until the GrooveCalendar app is live? There is no calendar app that I suggest to use. There are different platforms that have different functionalities. If you just need a basic calendar app for booking maybe calls or I don't know, some client meetings, you could use Calendly. It's one of the most popular ones, but you could also use Calendar. Calendar has it's a not very known platform, but it's a basic platform that has everything you need. And if you go to pricing, you can see that you can do unlimited appointments, unlimited scheduling, sync with all sorts of different calendar platforms, booking notifications, Google Meeting integration. You have different languages, time zone detection, and things like that. So you could use Calendar if you need something for free. It has a lot of interesting functionalities that most booking platforms currently have, so you could use this. All right, George has a question. So I couldn't watch the webinar 2 of Mike Filsaime at 16 February. Can we watch the replay somewhere? That webinar is not live anymore because that was an offer webinar. In case you would like to watch our basically the education part from our webinars, you can find it on our YouTube channel. And this is the full GrooveCM SaaS app demo January 2022. This is a 2-hour, 40-minute webinar that basically goes through it, but it's the offer that is being kind of offered is not live anymore. It was the lifetime access. Sorry, it was a lifetime deal was promoted during the webinar, but you can watch the different options that were promoted through this video. So full Groove.cm SaaS app demo January 2022. It's visible. I'm just going to copy and paste the link over here. you should be able to watch that one. Hi, David. Quick question. When is GrooveMember 2.0 coming out of Sandbox? Somewhere in Q2. Last question. Is blog fully functional now? I can't seem to create any blog. That should not be true. Like, anyone should be able to create a blog just by going to GrooveBlog and clicking a new blog. That's basically it. You give it the blog name, and the subdomain is something that will show before .grooveblog.com. So you can put in any number. For example, you click done, it's going to create it and you're in. There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to create a blog, except if you're on a free account. But even then, you have access to create I believe 3 blogs, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there is no reason why you should not be able to create blog. Blog is functional. It's not full in terms of features and improvements we want to do. There is going to be many more improvements coming real soon. We have a new dev that is going to be working on it, and more templates will be developed. When will GrooveMember be functional? It is already functional. Right now, when I submit one broadcast to be sent out 3 to each one recipient, it sends 3 to each one recipient. You'll need to double check that with support. When will support be improved? So when I submit a ticket about GrooveMail functionality, my ticket is responded and addressed. Mike, when you're asking specific questions about specific things, our support team does not have all the answers because they're not the developers. They need to sometimes double check with the developers. Developers may be doing something else, so the different priorities also need to be taken in consideration. You most probably heard back from support. They will say they will check and come back to you, but you probably just don't want to wait that long. So that's the issue there. We have a very responsive support, and because we need to sometimes double check with the devs, they need to go into your account, they need to see what may be causing the different issues. That takes a little bit of time, so you'll need to allow us that time to be able to properly check and be able to give you a correct answer. So if you have some issues, the support is the place to go, but you need to be patient, because sometimes we need to double check what it is. Maybe it's a global thing, maybe it's just with your account, maybe you didn't set up your senders correctly, that's why it sends 3 emails. We do not know. We need to double check that, and it may take some time. So it's not like all is bad. Like when you ask when will support be improved, there's not much to improve. We just need to kind of find out what the proper issue is. Question. Hi, David. How to set up account with AWS SES? You can just Google that, or like go and create an account. How to connect GrooveMail to Amazon SES? There is an explanation over here. When you go over to GrooveMail, there's an explanation on how to do that. So go to senders. All right, new sender, and when you select Amazon SES, click here for steps. It gives you step by step what you need to do, so there is no confusion. How to create an account? You basically just go to Amazon SES and follow the steps on there. If you need help, you can just search a video on YouTube. There is probably somebody that created a full guide. Are you planning to have a webinar on above? And no, I don't think that we will have a webinar on these two things. Is the blog capability functional? If so, can you provide a quick tutorial? It is functional. There is training on GrooveBlog. Just type in YouTube GrooveBlog, right? There's me and other people that created blogs, and it's like it's working for, you can see sometimes even 1 year ago the trainings were done. So it is working. There were updates and improvements in the GrooveBlog, but any of these tutorials will help you how to use it. So I will not go through this tutorial right now, because there is literally hundreds of different people that created how to use GrooveBlog. All right, this is not one, but yeah, you can just type in GrooveBlog. There is also SEO training, GrooveBlog tutorial. I did trainings on GrooveBlog, so you should be able to find your answers in there. Was there anything else? Can you provide a quick tutorial? What's the release timeline function for GroovePipe CRM? It's late Q3. Is there a tutorial that shows us how to create opt-in list form and embed it into GroovePage website, or perhaps a full funnel marketing recipe? Full funnel, there are videos I created. If you just type in funnel GroovePages. To build a sales funnel. There is also from different people, but I have created one here, building a complete opt-in funnel using GroovePages. This could be the thing that you exactly need, creating a funnel using GroovePages, GrooveSell, and GrooveMember. So basically you create the pages, you create a sales system, and then you create the fulfillment system through GrooveMember. That's also an option. So you should be able to find the different things. Since you asked for an opt-in, I would suggest you to look into this training over here, building a complete opt-in funnel using GroovePages. I get someone to opt in, get a PDF lead magnet, they get added to a list with a tag and get access to the download link and maybe a video on the thank you page that pitches another offer. This would be probably a new video with all of the updated stuff. Some of this stuff I don't think it's in that video I just recommended to you, Steve, but it's pretty simple to kind of understand once you have seen that previous video. Since I recorded that one, and most probably the other people as well here, we have had the updates to our system. Some things were made easier. But if you take just any one of these and you follow it, you'll understand it enough so that you can set this up yourself. We have a new element which is called Groove Mail Form element, and that was not available when all of these trainings were done. It just came out a couple months ago, so you could use that one and connect it directly to Groove Mail if you're using Groove Mail. If you're using an external third-party platform for email, where you want to kind of get people added to a list and a tag and things like that, then you would be able to follow the training that that was done previously. Does GrooveMail do link tracking? Can we set up custom email SMS follow-up based on user actions? Example, they click a link but they but don't buy. Can we send them a different email than we send to people who never clicked the link? This will be possible. This is something we're working on with the activity logs. We'll be able to track which link the user clicked and then send out things like do automation based on that. You need to make sure that you understand that first they will need to give you their email address, so they need to kind of sign up, and then we will be able to track them based on that those actions. Does GrooveVideo track percentage of views? At this moment it does, but it's not very good with the analytics. We will have improvements on that one. And tag customer based on data. The tagging is coming real soon. Our team already started working on it. So we'll be able to do everything basically that Groove Webinar offers. Let me just real quick show you. And Groove Webinar also got an update, which is getting released tomorrow, where we added integrations. So let me just real quick show you inside integrations. Here we will have the same thing for GrooveVideo. So you'll be able to trigger some GrooveMail actions. You'll be able to trigger some GrooveMember actions. You'll be able to trigger some different webhooks based on the things that happen within GrooveVideo. So if somebody fills out the form, you'll be able to do different actions like what you see here. And there will be also another option that is coming probably tomorrow, that is already done. We just need to deploy it. It's called integration, and it's going to use any of your current integrations that you have like here. All right, let's see. Can we custom tailor follow-up emails SMS based on how long they watched the video? That's going to be available. Not yet. This is going to come with the activity logs, similar to the link tracking. Like you started watching but missed the best part. We will have, as I mentioned, we will have watched until, like here in the integrations, like watched until point. You'll be able to get watched until point. So if you have a video that is 1 hour long, watched until 90 minutes. 90 minutes of the video, and then you do different actions based on that. So you can trigger different lists, or you can trigger different webhooks based on the people, basically, if the people watched until the 90-minute mark, or 90-minute mark. Yeah, so this part this part will be coming most probably next week. So this is going to be the same like in Groove Webinar. So in case you would like to kind of do a watched until point, you'll be able to do that even before the activity logs. How do I add comment feature in my blog post? Is this available? Jessica, yes, there is a video on how to do that inside GrooveBlog. We currently integrate directly with Facebook comments. You could also do it with different platforms, but I'm going to show you what we have. So if you go to GrooveBlog, settings over here, comments, then you can add your Facebook app ID and then set up the pixel width and how many posts you would like to show inside the Facebook comments. If you need help on how to do it, you just click on the question mark and you'll see a video on here. I guide you step by step. It's a 4-minute video showing you exactly how to set up your Facebook comments. All right. You could also use a platform called Disqus, Disqus. So Disqus, and you basically create. You probably saw this previously in different blogs and platforms. You could create a Disqus comment section and then embed that within your blog post as well. We'll have more options except the Facebook app. The Facebook comments will have the Disqus similarly to this one, where you kind of just embed it on here and it will show up on the post. Later on, maybe even build out our own kind of comment section so that it shows up on the blogs. But for now, we integrate with Facebook comments. All right, Brandon, if you have applied formatting changes only to specific device formats, is there a reset button to quickly clear all device-specific formatting? There are several situations where this could be helpful, including both troubleshooting and creating page variations for split testing. If not, I will submit a suggestion. I mean, there's an undo button. I know that you are asking for a full-on reset, but how long or how many changes should it reset? That's something that is not possible to kind of set up. How many changes should it reset? Like you worked on your complete funnel and you finalized it, and then you made it responsive. And now how do you decide what changes to reset and what not? Like you're saying device specific formatting. Device specific formatting could be in colors, could be in sizes, could be basically any kind of styling applied to it would be reset. So I don't think this is going to get added because it's just not possible to control how long you want to go back. Or what do you exactly want to reset? We do have reset styling on certain functionalities within GroovePages. All right, let me just open it real quick. So when you click on a button, for example, I believe we have that in certain elements. We have a reset styling in here. So you see reset styles, it's already added in here. So this is a reset style for a heading element, H2 tag. We have a reset style on the top here, where when you click this, it basically should reset the style. I probably broke my this page, so let's see, maybe here, reset styles. Okay, you see it cleared the actual borders, it cleared the background of the form field. So let's see with the button. I'm just going to click this button, reset styles, and it resets it back to just blank little piece of text with the hover effect on it. So we already have reset styles. That's not a problem. But for when you're working with responsiveness, you don't know how much you want to reset and what exactly you want to reset. So we'll probably not be adding that in. Trying to follow John on setting up my affiliate program, and I keep failing on the first step. I fill out the program description and hit save. I get this message on the page and cannot do anything else on the page. When I reload the page, everything disappears. There is not much to screw up, so I'm a bit confused. I have submitted a help desk inquiry as well. All right, let's see. Affiliate program data successfully updated. Let's double check. Maybe it's a bug. If you submitted a support ticket, that's a great start. But I'm just going to real quick check if this is maybe only on your end or if it is happening on mine as well. So I believe this is where the affiliates are, inside the orders affiliates within GrooveKart. And if we go in here and we just copy paste some text, let's just find the post. Okay, not the best text. Let's just find something else. All right. I'm just going to copy this and go to GrooveKart, put this in, do some click here. Orange, let's do some linking. Where's the hyperlink? This is the code. Maybe we don't allow hyperlinking. Anyway, let's just click save. Data successfully updated. Let's just go back to affiliates. Setup, all right, it's still here. If we reload, it's still here. So not sure how that disappears for you or what exactly disappears. Let me just double check. When I reload the page, everything disappears. There is not much to screw up. Okay, so not sure. Double check with the support team if you already submitted, because at this moment you saw on my end it does not disappear. Since tracking cannot be added to a Groove page yet, to promote Groove through a bridge page. What do you mean tracking? Yes, it can. It can with. Okay, let's just read through. Would a workaround be something like create a custom landing page to your Groove page, bridge page, create a tracking link redirecting to that custom landing page? What do you consider as a tracking link, Idalino? Not sure what do you want to track. If you want to track like a Facebook pixel, for example, like you add it on your bridge page, and that could work, but you don't even have to have a bridge page in case you want to track. You could also embed it with within the Groove affiliate platform. I saw that you worked through the different modules of the affiliate action challenge, so you should know about those kind of integrations when you're promoting Groove. But not sure what exactly you want to track. You could also set up like a Google Analytics to be loaded when somebody clicks on your affiliate link. That's also possible. Since tracking cannot be added to a Groove page yet, to promote Groove through a bridge page. I do not understand that. Let's see. You can already install Facebook Pixel on existing pages, track all kinds of things like page views, conversion. I do not use Facebook ads. I've been looking into even into Google Analytics, but I don't have the time to learn all of that now, and I have to start tracking everything before I waste my time and money. Idalino, I do not understand what exactly you need to waste. You just basically go to Google Analytics, copy their code that they give you, and Google Analytics does the same. So if you go to Google Analytics, there's literally one code that you can paste, not much more. So this is what you see. This is Google Analytics. If you haven't gotten an account yet, you can just really quickly sign up. It's free. What you do is go to settings here in the admin section, and then where you go is you select your properties, and you go to hold on, data stream property settings, maybe property settings, or setup assistant, and then they will give you the link in here. Let's see, data import. Oh, here we go. So tracking info. Not sure why it didn't show up there, but you get the tracking info, a tracking code, and you copy paste the code that they give you on here, and you check where. So copy and paste the code in as the first item into the head of every web page that you want to track. All right, so you can copy paste this one into the pages in GroovePages, which is here. For example, this is Groove page, and I have a couple of pages on here. So for example, I want to track this page, the page number 1. I go into settings and I just scroll down and paste the tracking. You see here, code includes tracking Google Analytics. This is the GA. So I just paste it here. All right, you click the check mark, and now it's basically when somebody opens up this page on the front end, it's going to get tracked. So that's basically it. You'll see when somebody visits your page over here inside the analytics. So this is the basicest tracking that you could do. Not sure what you say as it is impossible. Maybe you're just not aware that it is possible, but yes, you can do all sorts of different things. Christine, my cart is set up in the original theme. If I want to use one of the new themes, is it best to build out a new site and then just point my DNS to the new one when it is built out and ready to go? You could do that, yes. You just need to make sure that if you do choose a new theme on the page that you already modified, like in the visual builder, you worked on your pages, you put in your copy and things like that, you select a new theme, your changes may get deleted if you don't if you're not careful. So if you want to start with a new theme, most probably a new store would be the best idea for you. Hi David, last time I told you about the floating cart issue on mobile screens and I suggested I can add a button. Unfortunately, I was referring to the floating cart that appears from the buy button. When I create a product in GrooveKart, the final part is to create a buy button with embed code that button opens a floating cart, which is not editable. The floating cart is also problematic in mobile screens, so it makes making the generated embed code useless. Can you please fix this ASAP? All my buy buttons around the web that are generated with that embed are useless. So Therese, you need to raise a ticket with more information on this one. I think I understand your issue, but please give us proof, give us images or a full website link or something so that we could check ourselves. I already reported your issue and the team is looking into it, but from our checks, there was no kind of floating cart coming on top of the screen on mobile devices. But please, if you could just report this with as much detail as you can so that we could help you out. All right, Ed was looking for a training on Twilio. I provided it to him. Why is my page not passing a simple test? Because of bloated code. I have minimal text. What is checking page? Too large or X amount of characters of text. I don't know what this means, but I think the checkers are not correct all the time. Let's just see. I have minimal text on the page itself, but I'm getting a following error when I attempt to add that page to an ad tracking software. I contacted their support, but there is nothing they can do to bypass that check. There's not much I could do about that. Some of these checkers are just like wrong. You could right click and see basically what is the code on the page. It is like there's a lot of things happening. We, for example, now load all of the phone calling numbers, for example, from a form, but that's basically it. Our form is just loading these country codes, and that's the rest of the page. So there's no bloat from my perspective. That may be tracked differently by other trackers. If you need some help, please reach out to our support, but there's not much that we would be able to do. If they say it's bloated, then unfortunately, or they say that there's X amount of characters of text, I don't know why would there be a limit on a checker like that. They're just silly. I'm not going to read through all of the comments, but I just want to move faster, so that's the reason. Where can I find responses to custom field added to GrooveSell checkout experience? Oh, the custom fields are being sent through webhooks. So if you have a form and you would like to basically you have a checkout form or you have some extra fields added on the form that's being sent currently through webhooks, we are going to redirect over those custom fields to a different place so that you can check it within Groove, but at this moment it's being sent over through webhooks only. How do I set up an abandoned cart sequence? Don't see anything in automations option to activate. You do this in GrooveSell. At this moment, we have the abandoned carts only connected through integrations. We do not have that yet with Groove Mail. So for that one, we will have automations, but at this moment, it's only in GrooveSell. So what you do here is inside the checkout step, I believe, of your product. So inside the product wizard, here in the checkout step, you have cart abandonment, and you set up the different cart abandoned integrations. So at this moment, you can set up integrations. We will have here webhooks added on, and then we'll also have Groove Mail added on once the activity log has been connected. We'll have Groove Mail, webhooks, and integrations that you can trigger for cart abandonment. For the moment, you can work with any of your integrations on here. I have several email sequences set up in GrooveMail. They are not set up with an end sequence step. If I add another step in the sequence, does it send this to everyone that is still in the sequence? I don't think so. I don't think so. I would like to say confidently yes, but I don't think so, because they already went through that sequence. If you add on another email, it just doesn't kind of trigger it. Okay, send this one as well. I'll need to double check, but I don't think so. You could probably test it out on your end. Just like create a list with your contact all alone, sign up for a form and test it out. But I do not think that this will work. If I have a new people sign up on Groove free account using my affiliate link, is there a way I can target them with follow-up email sequences Groove Mail? Not yet. That's coming. Just looking for an ETA on the checkout currency converter and automatically applied coupon codes. This is Q2 for the currency converter, and I believe the coupon codes as well. Let me just real quick check. So the currency conversion is, we haven't prioritized that one yet. We haven't put it on the timeline yet. This is a task that is kind of a buffer task. We could do that. We could do that anytime. At this moment, I believe it is going to be Q2 as well. Could you please run some of your live trainings at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so those of us in Australia and New Zealand can join? Bev asked this question. Unfortunately, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time means 2 a.m. for me. So no, unfortunately, I cannot. 6 p.m. Central European time is the time zone and the time I can kind of focus on this. I have 2 little kids. I do not have time to do it later. I need to help and kind of put them into bed and things like that. But before that, I have a lot of meetings and I do trainings and courses and help our support and communicate with our devs. So at this moment, I believe that I'm pretty full in my schedule. So this is the only time really I can do it. But this is why I post this inside the Facebook group, so you guys could ask your questions even if you don't make it on the live stream. GrooveMail questions: is there a way to add tags when people click links in emails? Not yet. There will be an option. Can you do a conditional content within one email like in Active Campaign? This will be coming as well. It's not available yet. Once we have the links, like if you click one link, then one thing happens. If you click the other link, the other thing happens. That will be basically making that available. Scott has a longer question for clarification. Using Groove Page Editor, it initially builds my pages in the desktop mode using applying changes to all devices, and then publish it, and afterwards go to each individual device to view and edit them to fit. And then save and publish each of those pages separately for specific formatting. No, you don't need to go and publish each one separately. Like I believe you're talking about, like you did this desktop change, for example, here, and then you go into the other one, and then you kind of need to do it differently. Yes, of course, you need to kind of apply for specific devices, of course, with this toggle turned off, but you do not need to kind of go into each device and save it separately. When you save once, your whole site gets saved. Same with the publish option. If you actually go and publish your site, it's going to publish all the devices. So there's no need to kind of separately save. The question is, after that is done, if I ever go back again and edit some of the text or media content in the page and then republish with all devices selected, will that affect or overwrite the previous format modifications made to each of the other device views? it depends. If all devices are selected, then it will override each other device. So for example, when you now applied styling for example, on a horizontal tablet, I want this one to be green. On a vertical tablet, I want this to be kind of teal. On a mobile phone, I want this to be kind of dark purple, light purple, so we can see it. So I have applied changes on the different devices. Let's just do red here, and let's just do yellow here. All right, so each and every device has the same, or basically has different changes for this headline. All right, and now if you, for example, save and come back later on, let's just say I have came back after a day or two, and I want to continue work on my website. Now, what will happen is you will see all of those changes in here. So this has been saved. There is nothing that you need to do here. However, the toggle is going to be on. So what you need to do is, if you make any changes, you need to understand that the changes will be applied to all devices, except if you turn the toggle off. All right, because this is on by default. If you want to do something on the previous changes, you need to turn it off. All right, Andrew Phillips. Hey, David. Thanks for all your great Q&A questions. In recent GrooveAthon, Mike mentioned a new GrooveSell system as a workaround for new iOS 14 restrictions on Facebook Pixel. This is fantastic. How does it work with GrooveSell with multiple front-end products? There is no multiple front-end products, Andrew. There's you can have only one. It adds a label, or it basically lets you select it, but you can really have one. Let me just show you why. So as you can see, this is my front-end product. And even though I can have only one, this is my front-end product as well. So it says that I have two, but it's not really two, because when you go in it and you see the affiliate options, for example, in here, I have all of these options. But when I come into this front-end product and I go to affiliates, I do not have all of those options, because it's just not the managing product. It's not the front-end product, even though it has been selected to be a front-end product. But all of these are just labels. All right, it's just a label so that it helps you understand what kind of products you have within that one bucket, which is called the product funnel. The product funnel. So let me just show you one more time. So when you create a product funnel, test product funnel. Let's just use this as an internal name in the description as well. I'm just going to leave all of this on by default. You have one product immediately within that product funnel, and this is your front-end product. All right. So when you go in, it's basically having all of those options that a front-end product needs to have. Now, when you go and create another product, there is no more front-end products that you can add. So these are your options. All right. So you can add an upsell product, which you most probably will, and then you can select a front-end product, but it's not. It's just a label that you may want to use later on for a different kind of first step in your funnel. These are just labels, because soon we will have products as products. Basically, a front-end product, upsell product is just going to be a product. It will not matter. All of the affiliate settings, the checkout settings, the funnel and the post-transaction things will be managed in a sales flow. So you will have products, you'll have your sales flow, and this is where you decide everything else. So at this moment, you have one front-end product, and everything else is going to be an upsell or an order bump or anything else. But you really can have only one. So your question does not really matter, because there is no multiple front-end products. It's really just one. But it's the same for the Facebook Pixel or this conversion API, Facebook conversion API. It works with any product the same. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I clicked on the name. I thought that this is a read more option. Hold on, let me go back. And there we are. In GrooveSell, if we change our PayPal account for a new PayPal, why did that happen? Okay, let's go back. Sorry, guys. Let's just scroll down and see Andrew's question. All right. If we change our PayPal account for a new PayPal account, will existing recurring subscriptions be affected? No, they will stay in the same PayPal account. It's just going to be doing the new ones from the new PayPal account. So any new subscriptions that will come in will trigger a subscription in the account of the users. How do I create a pop-up where I ask a question and then create 2 response pop-ups, but only one of them will react based on the answer? Example, are you new here? If they say yes, a pop-up will ask them to schedule an appointment. If they say no, a pop-up will provide them a login page. Thank you. It's just basically that. So let's just read this one more time. Create one pop-up. Okay, so that's a pop-up. Ask a question and then create 2 response pop-ups, but only one of them will react based on the answer. So I'm just going to draw it out. I will not show you exactly how to do it because it's pretty simple. If you know how to do one pop-up, you know how to create this one. So I'm just going to bring out my handy dandy Excalibur to draw it out. Okay, so this is not your pop-up. This is your pop-up. All right. I'm just going to make this I don't know, gray. All right. And then on the pop-up, you'll have a headline, maybe a question. And then what you want is you want to have 2 buttons. And then one button will open one thing, the other one will open the other thing. So one of these buttons can be green for yes, the other one can be a no for no. Yes, and we make it big. And then we put here no. And that could trigger something else. Font size, I want to make this big, which I cannot do anymore because I typed it in. All right, so here you have a pop-up that was triggered by clicking on a button. All right. A button was clicked, a pop-up showed up. Now a pop-up has 2 more buttons. If you click yes, then you can open another pop-up that will ask them for something like let's just see. Are you new here? If they say yes, a pop-up will ask them to schedule an appointment. All right, so let's do that. You basically show them let's just do this gray option here where they can schedule an appointment with you. And then let's just do a send button. All right, so this is a book an appointment. All right, you could also get them on a different page, but you could also open a pop-up. But if they say no, then you can redirect them to another page maybe where you get them to sign up, for example, and then you do different actions based on that. So it's really just triggering the buttons to do a certain actions, whatever it is. So would it be on a pop-up? Would it be on a page? Would it be anywhere? You basically just set up the button to do a certain thing. So here you would need to create 2 pop-ups. So this would be the first pop-up. This would be the second pop-up. And then you would need to have a page which has this button and maybe a page that has this page over here. So you need to have 2 pop-ups, 2 pages. This is 4 assets, and then you can connect all of this together into a flow like this. Hopefully that helps. All right, I have come to the end of these questions. So I'm just going to real quick move on to the questions of the live stream. There is a lot of questions here, so I just want to get most of them out. All right, David, thanks for your excellent explanations. You're a rock star. Rah, thanks. Please, do you know when we'll be launching the agency options in Groove? Yes, the agency will probably launch somewhere around Q3. In Q1, we are going to make sure that we have the user roles and permissions done. In Q2, we will have the agency model done, most probably halfway or even all the way. and then the extensions of the agency, maybe with the white label that's coming in Q3. I saw one of your new YouTube ads online. It was great ad. Let them know. Well done. Thank you very much, Brian. How to make a drop-down header. Vito, I did a full-on guide on that last week, so I'm not going to repeat it. Let me just real quick show you on where to find that. So in Q&A number 10, if you go to the different timestamps, let me just see. Let me find menu. Is mega menu working again? I believe I talked about it here, or maybe even on a different one. Or if we search for drop-down, navigation. Let me go through. I know that I did a full-on demo on how to do different versions of the drop-down. This was somewhere around here. I'm going to find it for you. Hold on. Or was it maybe on Wednesday? I'm pretty confident that it was last week on Friday. Could it be this? Okay, so that was not, that was when I was explaining the buttons on the canvas. There was one where I was explaining buttons inside the top navigation. The questions that you see here are literally the user's questions on how they ask them. Let me just hide the question from the screen. So, oh, I believe this is the one. Okay, yeah. So here I created a page that is called members login, and then I created the redirect, and then I sent the people out from a page that is in a drop down. But before that, I actually did the drop down at the beginning somewhere. Hold on. It's just that there was a longer demo that I just don't want to go through right now because I just did that last week. So we could maybe save some time. Could it be this one? Yeah, I cannot find it, but this was here definitely last week. So actually, I cannot copy this. Vito, just check the timestamps. I did a full demo of that one last week, so just look through the timestamps. You'll find it real quick. I just don't know what keyword exactly was used to kind of ask this question. How to make a drop-down header in Groove page in GrooveKart. In GrooveKart, it's even simpler. But it's the same technology. So if you find the answer there, you'll understand. It's basically you take a page and you drag it inside. Let me just real quickly show you. If you want, you can do a mega menu, but you could do this one as well. You have two pages and you drag in one page here on the side. Hold on. Because this is a redirect, of course. Let me just open another one, and then you basically just drag it inside a little bit. So what you do is just do this, and then if you have a menu, it will show that this is now a drop down, which shows up this page. So yeah. All right, where have I stopped? All right, here. Greetings. I do not get the email that should be sent after I signed up for something in my funnel. It hasn't been set up correctly. Why is that? I do not get the email that should be sent after I signed up for something in my funnel. Signed up for what? How did you set it up? What are you using for the setup? Like I would need more information. If you set things up properly, how it should be, then on your form that is filled out, maybe it's a form or maybe it's a purchase, it should trigger a welcome message of some sort. If it's a form in GrooveMail, you have it immediately there. Send a welcome email or send a welcome message. If it is to a different platform, then you would need to find a way to trigger that. But if you ask with a full question, like what did you do, what are you trying to do, what are you using, what platforms, would it be GrooveMail, would it be something externally, I would be able to point you in the right direction. When will Groove have a folder system like cPanel to host files, if this is in the works for the future? For hosting files, like the files like a PDF and things like that that you upload, we already have that in GrooveMember. I don't know when we will have a folder system. That's at this moment not of top priority. But if it is like to actually see the backend files that are kind of the HTML and the other stuff, you won't be able to have that with Groove, because that's all in our databases. It's all secured. But on the site tabs, they are different and make things work. The submenu after entering, I do not know who this is written for. If this is for me, please ask with the question Q, because I just don't understand what this is for. Right. Sometimes people just message each other in the comments, so I do not understand those. For example, Enthusiast knows the drill. If you have question, you put a little Q, and then I know that this is for me. Is there a coupon code option in GrooveSell? Yes, there is. If you go to GrooveSell tools, where it is. So here we go. In GrooveSell, you click tools, and you have coupons. So you click coupons, and then you can create coupons. Once you set up the coupon, you decide in what product funnel you want to set it up with, and then on the checkout page there will be a new coupon field that shows up. Do you have a promo code, or do you have a coupon code or something like that? All right. Let's see, what's the next question. When does GrooveMail work properly? My email campaigns was unsuccessful. It's not about GrooveMail. We are using GrooveMail to send out thousands of emails, so there must be something with your setup. Would it be the sender? Would it be the emails? Would it be something else? GrooveMail is working properly, so please just check with our support team so that they can see what is wrong. So very often what I've seen is that people don't set up their senders properly, or don't verify it, or something like that, and then it basically does not work properly. When I add and remove lessons in GrooveMember, will it automatically update for existing customers who have already purchased the membership? Yes. It's basically removing it from the database, but we'll have an update most probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow about the new access levels. So we'll let you know more about that, how it will work there. Is there an option to rate lessons in GrooveMember? Not at this moment. We will have that. Can you link Google Mail? I do not see that as an option. Yeah, we do not have it as an option in GrooveMail. Google Mail is not the most popular sending platform. So what we have connected with is the top requests that users wanted. So that's something that we have added. Google Mail, like Gmail, is mostly an inbox type platform. So if you are talking about that, you can have Google or Gmail inbox, G Suite inbox, and use it with Groove if that's what you're asking. But there's no need for an integration really for that. What was the name of the booking site again? Calendar? Yes. Is the login for GrooveMember a single sign-on login? If so, what is the protocol? It's not a single sign-on. We may have that later on, but at this moment, it is not a priority at the moment. Email is the hub of any e-commerce system. When is GrooveMail sender SMTP going to finally functioning? So frustrating. John, it shouldn't be. You really have options. Like you have many options to use right now. You could use a different platform while we are still not ready to release it. Peer pressure won't make us release it faster. That's something that we have proved that does not work. When it's ready, it's going to get released. But it's not the end of the world, John. You need to understand that every platform out there has positives and negatives. Since we are still in the development phase of our own SMTP, if we release it earlier, then you will be frustrated because we released it earlier until it wasn't properly tested. So which one is better? If we wait a little bit longer and kind of do the whole warming process and then release it, or should we just give it to you and then maybe lock it off again after a couple of months because it's just not ready? I know it is frustrating, but so is frustrating like we waiting in line for I don't know, for a doctor's appointment. Like that's frustrating as well. You need to wait. You need to just be patient. We will get there. You will have it. It's not at the end of the year. It's real soon. Uh, there are options out there. Just sign up for a free Aweber account. Just sign up for an SMTP like SendGrid or Mailgun or any other. Like they have very generous free options. You can use GrooveMail already. Like if you don't want to send out emails with any of these platforms, you can just collect the assets and then send over the contacts to GetResponse, Aweber, anything that we integrate with really. So there's literally no way or no reason for you to not use emails right now because GrooveMail is not ready with their SMTP. Like that's just not the case. You should understand that if something is not ready, if we know that it's not ready, it won't be released faster if you guys pressure. Just doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, that's not going to work if you are kind of pushing it. We need to be comfortable when we say, okay, now it's ready, we will release it. We want to use it as well ourselves. Like I privately want to use it. I don't have access to it, but I know that it is for a good reason. All right. If you wait a little bit longer, you can have a better deliverability. That's the end. That dot. That's basically the end of the sentence. So I know it's frustrating. So is a lot of other things that are frustrating, but it will be all rainbows and sunshine once it's released, when it's ready. All right. Res1, hi David, I no longer see the customer service email module inside GrooveKart. How can I set up my account so that I can directly email and communicate with customers from GrooveKart store? Res1, it is in orders help desk. So my help desk. You set up your email. So you set up your MX records with your domain and you get an email inbox with GrooveKart. This is going to be available for every store so that you can have a proper full-on email inbox so that you can receive emails, send out emails, all within that GrooveKart MX or email system. So let me just real quick show you where that is. All right, so you are in GrooveKart over here. If you go to orders, your help desk, then this is where you will see the MX records. At this moment, I do not have a live domain, so I cannot see that one. But for example, do not worry, app is sending all the emails to your customers, such as order confirmation, So in case you have connected a custom domain, you will see the MX records over here. Let me see if I have another email or domain. Maybe this. I'm not sure. I think that this domain is expired. So orders, help desk. There are MX records. Here we go. That you just set up inside your Groove domain setup. So if it is, you go to your domains, you find your custom domain, and you go into DNS. And then you set up the different MX records that Groove gives you. All right. So you just go add a record and then you select MX and then you follow the instructions that are over here. And you set up the MX records, the TXT records, the CNAME records, and then you set up default GrooveKart SMTP. All right, and then you let GrooveKart handle all your emailing on there. All right, let's see the next question, which I don't know where it is. Okay, this was it. All right, can you go to my account and help me solve my issue? I cannot proceed with passion. I don't know what your account is. I don't know who you are. We have support for that, so please reach out to support with as much detail as you possibly can about your issue. All right, internet business. Hi David, could you walk us through how to add a blog to a custom domain in a folder, not subdomain? I actually did that as well last week, but I'm going to show it one more time. So if we go to GrooveBlog, if you go to settings and you have your domain set up over here, so let's just say that you want to set it up to publish in a folder, which means domain.com/blog. You select this, you select your domain. All right, you select the location, so it will be on a root domain, which is going to mean https domain.com/ and then you decide what it's going to be called: /podcast, /blog, /articles, /news, anything. You can just set it up over here, and then you click save. And then once you have that, then the blog will show up on this domain. All right, it's literally just going to settings, publish to a folder, and that is all the knowledge you need. Why is the URL importer not working anymore in GroovePages? It is working, it's just needs an update, and we're actually working on an update. It's a very cool update. It's going to work with a Chrome extension so that you can import pages from all sorts of different sites. Not every site that you import will look good, because there's just impossible to create an importer that will know everything and be able to convert it to GroovePages elements, but we'll give our best to work with the most known platforms with the basic static elements. How do I move a particular page from one place to another? I tried save as a template method, but I got error messages. Is there a simpler way to move a page? You can just clone it to or move it to. So we have both options. So when you go into your GroovePages site and you click over here, the three dots, you have a move to or a clone to. So you can move pages to this site or even a different site, and then you just select the different sites that you have, for example, and then you decide would it be inside the primary navigation or the funnel. So for example, let's move it from this site into webinar folder, and I just moved my index page to a webinar folder over here in the sidebar. All right, so once it's done, I open my webinar, and I think this is it here. So I moved an index page from the main site navigation, the primary site navigation, to a webinar folder in here. All right, I believe you asked about that, but let's see. A particular page, so it was not multiple pages. These Q&As are so informational. Thank you, David, for keeping us posted on all the details and what's coming and when. You rock. Thank you very much, Jody. I've set up a contact us form where the person will need to choose a radio button as what type of visitors they are. How do I set it so that depending on which radio button they select, I will automatically send the response email based on their choice? I've already set up the list in GrooveMail. How do I tag and automate this scenario, please? You cannot at this moment create different actions based on the radio button. Radio buttons are basically a form that collects the feedback within a contact account, but there is no way at this moment to trigger actions based on the radio buttons. I'm using Klaviyo as my email software on my GrooveKart store. Orders are placed on my site. Will the client email details automatically populate within Klaviyo, or is this done manually? So if you have integrated Klaviyo, there is most probably different options that you can set up in there. I believe this should be an automated system, but you need to set it up within the email marketing panel in GrooveKart. So if you go to settings and here email marketing, oops, you cannot see it here. So settings and email marketing, here you have the different options that you have selected, and here you can add people to a specific list. All right, so this is the automated part that we can do. If you have any kind of orders, or if you have anything else, then you basically add them here. But this is for email marketing. All right, so this is when somebody fills out a sign up form on your site, but this is not for specifically cart abandons and the other stuff. You could do that through API and webhooks or Zapier even. You can trigger here different webhooks and different options. Hold on, let me see. It is in docs, I believe. For the abandoned cart and customer information, so you can send all of that through Klaviyo. But what we have with Klaviyo currently is basically email marketing, so it's not the orders and the product information and things like that. So it's a different integration that you would need. You could use Zapier, or you could use webhooks, or even API to kind of have that done. All right, let's see where we have stopped. I'm trying to go as fast as I can because I want to answer all of your questions. When creating a page inside GroovePages, sometimes I have extra room on the theme side of page. What causes this and how do I fix it? I have extra room on theme side of the page. I do not understand. What does that mean? I have extra room on the theme side of the page. If you could explain, JC, what this means, I would be able to understand it better, but I just don't understand it right now. I need for a client to find a way to connect or integrate GroovePages, actually GrooveMail, with other two SaaS. One of them is Social Monials, which allows running all kinds of giveaways in order to collect leads. The other one is Contact Reach. This one is intended also to collect leads and create birthday and VIP clubs. Oh, I am also signed up for Contact Reach, so that's a great one. Campaigns that run automatically. I can use Public Connect if I need it. The idea is to collect the data from any of the three software and pass it to there. I cannot see the rest, but what do you want to connect? Is it a form? I believe it would be a form. You could already do that with Public Connect. You just basically take the webhook that Public has for GroovePages, you put it in when you're creating the form, and don't connect it to an integration, but you connect it to a post. So let me just show you what I mean by this. So let's just open up a page somewhere where you have a form. Let's see if I have something with the form. Webinar registration, maybe. Here. So I have a form for a webinar registration. Now what I will do is, let's just say I want to send this information. So the user's first name and the email address, I want to send to Coupon Reach, and I want to send it to the other platform that you mentioned, Social Monials. So what you do is select the form container. All right, the form container, and you go to configure, and here instead of integration, you select post. All right, so now you go to Public Connect. Public. You take a webhook that is given to you by Public and basically send that information in there. So I'm just going to real quick show you how I would do it. So create a workflow, GroovePages to content or Contact Reach, and basically have this. So you type in Groove and you have a GroovePages. It gives you a webhook, new form submission, You copy this webhook and paste it in here as the post URL. All right. You click update, it reloads, and then it is now set up. So what you need to do now is publish. I should have just pressed this button. Anyway, you publish and you test it out. This way, Publi receives that information, then you can connect it and then send that information whenever you are. But that's basically it. I don't understand why you need to have that in GrooveMail, because at this moment it wouldn't work to connect it with GrooveMail, but you could already connect it with Publi and then maybe collect the leads on a CSV file or somewhere else, and then have contact reach or social monials grab it from there, or even send it through Publi there. But anyway, I'm not going to test it out, but you should understand now what to do. All right. How can I start making my webinar funnel? Should I start in GroovePages or GrooveWebinar? Do you have any structure you recommend? At this moment, I would suggest you to just select one of the templates that we have for a webinar and just use this to kind of set up your webinar within GrooveWebinar. You can really just run it without a GroovePages as well if you want, but I think only the registration page needs to be there. Maybe even the kind of what happens after the webinar has ended. You can send them to a thank you page that you create in GroovePages. But what I do usually is I go into GroovePages first, set up a webinar template just so that I have anything if I need, and then set up and go to GrooveWebinar, set everything up in GrooveWebinar, and then come back to GroovePages and then adjust some of the widgets and the buttons. For example, I would connect GrooveWebinar with the buttons that were set up once the webinar has been created. Also, just as an update, it will be in the announcement, but we have the new GrooveWebinar elements, or basically the option to trigger different GrooveWebinar related widgets and options from the GrooveWebinar elements. So if you go to elements and then you scroll down GrooveWebinar registration, you click on the button and then go to configure, then you can select the webinar. You can select the different options, like do you want a custom registration button? Do you want a GrooveWebinar form? Do you want a GrooveWebinar widget? And then you set up the different options, like for a button label, use icons. Do you want sub labels on this one? And then you can click the update. So that's an update that was an improvement for the webinar, so the GrooveWebinar integration. We'll need to just do a little bit of maintenance because, for example, I don't like to see when it's Groove and then the platform name or the app name is written with lowercase letters. So that needs to kind of get done. But other than that, this is working right now. So you could just use that element as well, and not need to kind of copy paste the embed codes from GrooveWebinar. So there you go. But for this one, you need to have the GrooveWebinar set up first. All right, let's see the next question. Good to see you, David. Good to see you, Ismail, as well. Do you think Groove will add other languages for the whole platform? This would be great to drive more users as an affiliate. For now, many French folks use System.io. Yeah, System is created by a French guy, and it was created for Europe directly, but they just are not Groove. Like, they have no like. I signed up for System.io, and okay, just to answer your question first, then I will go into a little bit of more explanation. Yes, we will have more languages added, and I even think that this will be coming even sooner than we expected. First, we will need languages for white label. We'll need to have a way for customers to configure their own language, or maybe even translate the language of the whole platform to their own. So we'll need to have that set up when we are going into this white labeling option. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that System.io, if you go and create a product or even a coupon, they just have so many limited options. Like, you cannot do like all the fun stuff that you can do with Groove. So a lot of people compare us with them. They may have some of the apps that we have as well, but just that we are kind of creating a platform for marketers to kind of maximize the conversions, and they do it just because they like the founder said that they wanted to create an alternative to ClickFunnels. That's not our goal. We don't want to create an alternative to ClickFunnels. We want to create the best sales platform in the world, and we basically are not comparing ourselves to ClickFunnels anymore, because we just kind of went past that already. So we created a webinar platform. There's a pipeline system coming out as well with Groove. So it's much bigger than any kind of ClickFunnels alternative anymore. So, but yeah, we'll have languages. Your knowledge is most impressive. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Hi, David. Hope you're having a great day. Do you know when GrooveMail will be 100% functional? When we won't need SandyGrid? It is scheduled to be this month. We'll see if we actually get there and we start releasing it to users. I think we may be on track with that. Our warming process is going so far according to plan, and maybe even a little bit better. So hopefully in March we'll start rolling it out to users. I do not know when, most probably towards the middle of March or the end of March. But yeah, real soon we'll have GrooveMail being released, or the GrooveMail SMTP being released to users. Groove page editor seems not to be working right now. When I click on things, I don't get edit menu. Did it break? Did I break it? Just log out and do empty cache and hard reload. Oops, sorry about that. Just remove this. So whenever you have any kind of issues with the platform that is kind of not working as it should, so what you do is just go inspect. So right click, inspect, click and hold the reload button and select empty cache and hard reload. All right, and then log out. It's very important that you log out. If you want to do an overkill, do it then as well. So log out. I'll just close everything in here. Log out and then do another hard reload. All right. Once this is done, log back into the system and it should be all good. If you think you broke something, or if you see that something may be broken, just do this hard reload and then you'll see the fresh version, the most updated version of Groove. Need Gmail. Many businesses use G Suite. Not sure how this relates. You could use that with Groove. Just create an email there and use it with Groove. You can connect your custom domain like in G Suite to your custom domain in Groove. So I don't see any reason why that would not be possible already. Do we have GrooveCalendar booking system and working with GrooveCalendar or Google Calendar two-way integration? We do not have GrooveCalendar yet. That's coming later on this year. We will start working on that one. For now, you need to use something like Calendly or there is also TinyCal. It's a $19 lifetime deal option for a calendar platform that has most of the features that people need, so you can also get that one. For the moment, GrooveCalendar is not going to compare with Calendly. All right, we compare it with Calendly, but it's not going to compare with Calendly. It's going to be better in terms that it's going to provide, I believe, 3 or 4 different booking types. Calendly really just does 1 or 2, which is like booking consultations or booking a call. But what we want to do is booking calls, of course. Just do what Calendly and the other ones do, but also no one can do, like I was searching for, I believe, 2 days in a row for a platform where you can set up a calendar to set up event booking, like event booking that is not a huge platform like Event3 or the other ones that kind of charge $100 per ticket. Just I have a camp, like a summer camp, or I have an event like something like a seminar, and I want to sell tickets, but I want to do that through a booking platform. Like I want to have 3 sessions, like 3 weeks in a row, and I want to have my calendar sell the actual event. So this is what you will be able to do with GrooveCalendar. So this is one type. Like a gym system is another type. Like at this moment, Calendly cannot do the gym type of booking. Like you book one session, but then you also go and book another session, but all is within your subscription type of thing. So there is one platform that does this, and this is Kartra, and this was a new feature that was added not long ago, and we will be doing what Kartra does with the twist, with a Groove twist. It's going to be fully automated with everything that we have. It's going to be working with third-party platforms. It's going to be working with everything else. Kartra just doesn't work well with outside platforms. So GrooveCalendar is in itself, it's not going to be comparable with Calendly because it's going to be doing much more. It's a sales conversion calendar system, and not only booking like, hey, I want to talk to you, let's meet at 4:00. Okay, here you go, my calendar, book it. And we are going to be really focusing on conversions with our calendar platform, and that's what we want to do. So if you need just a simple book an appointment calendar, you can use all sorts of systems out there, but GrooveCalendar is going to be one of a kind. Stop trying to shame people for wanting a product you said we would have access to. You guys dropped the ball by not anticipating that people would take advantage of the platform at the first time. Candice, I'm not shaming people. I'm just saying that people get frustrated and people kind of spam our group. You wouldn't even see all of the posts that are being commented because people just don't read our messages or emails. People don't come to our Q&As to ask me stuff. People don't kind of see our updates or don't visit our Groovathon. We do so many updates. We have so much communication with you guys. It's just that you may be here, but some people are not there. And then when they say it's frustrating, and then when they start kind of acting out, it's just because they do not have all of the information. I cannot communicate again and again and again and again and again and again and again the same information. Like I'm basically sitting here every week, multiple times a day, answering questions. And then when I see I'm frustrated, when will you guys make it work? It just creates a little bit of frustration in us because we are communicating this all the time on what's happening with our stuff. Why is it not there? When can we expect it? This just, I'm not shaming anyone. I said that there are other platforms out there. We did promise. We never promised when it will come. We never we were not anticipating that it will break. We really thought that it could be like working at the way it was. We were wrong, but we also learn as we go. But I'm not trying to shame anyone. I'm just saying that frustration won't help. People need to wait a little bit. If something is broken, we cannot force it live right now before it's fixed. So if you are kind of mad about what I just said, you shouldn't be, because things have a process and that process needs to be followed. In the meantime, there are other platforms that you could use for emailing. How does custom field forms works in GrooveMail? As I see, there is a custom field option, and I want to put 5 to 6 checkboxes for people to check any of them, so that I can tag them during opt-in and use it to send personalized emails. There should be an option for creating tags based on checkboxes. I don't think there is at this moment. So radio buttons and checkboxes cannot trigger a tag at this moment. From my form message box, when people enter their message that is longer than the width of the box, I notice it keeps going horizontally, which makes seeing what they wrote hard. Victor, go to the feedback portal, and then if you could post an image and maybe your suggestion on the improvement, that would be great. At this moment, I cannot visualize what you're saying, so it would help if you kind of post it as a request on how to improve it. Is there any other payment method for paying my Platinum account? Next installment, $699. As I'm having issues with my bank in India. Reach out to support. I cannot see who you are, but if you could reach out to support, they would be able to assist you with this one. I recently created a new GrooveMember version 2 course, and I wanted to clone it just in case as a backup. I don't see an option to for V2 course, only in V1. Yes, we have no option for cloning at the moment. That will be coming. We'll be able to clone courses, modules, chapters, and lessons. Memberships we won't be able to clone, but at this moment we may not. We may add it in the future, but at this moment we just uh, don't plan it. But that will be coming. I believe this is in the next couple of weeks. We'll have that. Hi, when might the RSS feature for GrooveBlog come out? Thanks for another great Q&A. Great question. I do not have an ETA for it, but I'm pretty confident somewhere around Q3. We are getting more improvements on GrooveBlog, and then we'll start working on new templates. Because from a functionality perspective, GrooveBlog is pretty much kind of okay to use, create blogs and things like that. But we want to be creating small improvements like speed improvements and some new features like SEO. I do not know exactly for the RSS feature when it is going, but I believe around Q3. I get a scroll bar at the bottom of the page, but everything stays in place, if that makes sense. JC, reach out to our support. There may be something that is added on the page, maybe just some code that has been pasted, maybe a block that is just white. Not sure what, but please reach out to support so they could look into it. All right. I will be more than happy to contribute as a volunteer for translation purposes whenever you guys need French speakers. Count on me. All right, perfect. Will do. Do you know with Pinterest product feed is coming to GrooveKart? I already added it in the feature request page. I want to be able to feed my GrooveKart products into Pinterest shops. Felipe, try to do it with the current feeds that we have, because many feeds work the same type of way. It's an XML file with basically the product names, with the product price, with the different types of things on there. So if Pinterest, I haven't used Pinterest product feed yet, but if they work with the same technology as Facebook and Google, most probably you can already use that. So try to generate an XML feed from GrooveKart and just feed it into Pinterest. See if that works. I'm confident that if they use a product feed, it should work the same thing, or same way. But I haven't tested it myself, so I wouldn't be able to kind of confirm. You weren't shaming me. I love you, David. I was just asking. I know you guys rock stars. Yeah, sorry, John, if I was a bit harsh. I'm trying to kind of get a point across that there is no need for frustration. There's no need to kind of get mad at us. We really want to have everything done as soon as possible, but there's just so much to do. Yeah, some people have different priorities. Like some people really want to groove pipe, but we're just not there yet. Like the team that will be developing groove pipe is currently working on the groove mail automations, and that's, I believe, a higher priority, because the automations are the ones that will connect every app together. So yeah, some of the priorities we need to decide, and we need to stick to it. Thanks, David, for this session. It helps so much. Keep up the great work that you guys do. Thank you very much, Gerda. Groove has the best training for the users compared to other platforms that I know. All trainers in Groove are very integrated and have great attitudes. Thank you, Mina. Thank you for doing these Q&As. When will Groove SMTP be available? GrooveMail. Also, how many emails are allowed per custom domain? Emails are unlimited if you're on the Platinum account. GrooveMail SMTP should be available in March, towards mid or end of the March. That's the current estimate. Okay, so if we don't manage to do that, there will be announcements. I will be talking about it here, but for the moment, I see that it is most probably going to be somewhere towards end of March. The warm-up is going better than expected. I explained that earlier, and that should be it. How many emails are allowed per custom domain? There's two answers to this one. If you have custom email inboxes, if you want to create an inbox with G Suite, for example, you can have as many as you want. You really just need to connect your domain to G Suite through MX Records, and then you can have G Suite create million emails if you want. We do not provide email inboxes, if that's what you're talking about, Brad. Like some other hosting panels will give you like brad@domain.com or bradmeyer@domain.com, support@domain.com. We do not offer that solution, but you could use Zoho Mail, like G Suite, Microsoft 365. There's many other email platforms that you could use. MX Route is a great option. They have a lifetime deal, I believe, or if they are not running a lifetime deal, then they have a very cost-effective option for your email inbox. And then there, I believe you can have some limitations. But with GrooveView, we do not give email accounts. If you're talking about senders for GrooveMail, you can have as many senders as you'd like, and you can send unlimited emails, but the only limit is the contacts that you can have within GrooveMail. I try setting up a web form in GrooveMail and want to have a pop-up that tells them thanks after submitting. I tried this, but it keeps sending to success URL. Can I show you? Can you show how this is done? Yes. So the way you do a form and then show a thank you pop-up is the following. All right. So let's just say that I want to use this form. All right. So I'm going to use first name. Why isn't it showing the actual placeholder? Maybe the text is white. Yep. All right. That's stroke. There we go. Give me just a moment. I'm going to make things visible on the page. Okay, so I have a form that is asking for first name, last name, email, and the phone number. Now, when somebody fills this out, I want to show a pop-up. So what I need to do is select the form container element, which you can see here at the bottom as well. Oops, sorry about that. Here, the form container is selected. So if you, for example, click on the button, then you just need to click on the form container to be able to set it up. All right. Once you did that, you can go to configure, and here set up an integration or whatever you want. You can set up the post, you can set up the integration, and then whatever you decide to have, like for example Zapier, then you can set up a redirect link, or you can set up a redirect action, or a post transaction, post submission action over here. And this could be a pop-up. So what you do here is click here. Oops, you cannot see it. You click on the drop down and select pop-up, and then you select the pop-up that you created. At this moment I haven't created any, so let's just go into pop-ups and then create one. I'm just going to select one of these templates that we offer and just modify it. Let's just use this. And I'm going to delete the button because it's going to act as a thank you. Thank you. All right. And this background is pretty confusing, so I'm just going to hold on. Why can't I edit it? Okay, there seems to be some issue with the actual color overlay on the pop-up. I'll get the team to look into it. But anyway, what you have here now is a pop-up saying thank you. This is my pop-up now, and I'm happy with it. So I'll go back to the page I was on before. Not sure which one. This one. And I will again select the form container, and I will select my integration and open a pop-up which we just created. All right. So now when it reloads, it saves the pop-up, it saves the form with the pop-up as the action after it. And that is it. When somebody fills out the first name, last name, email, and the phone number, they submit it, and then the pop-up will show. So let's just publish and test it out real quick. It should be working. All right, I'm just going to real quick reload it so that we have the fresh. Let's just test this one. And then what we have after the action is, I think the integration isn't working properly. Let's see, integration, pop-up, Zapier. Let's just use a different one. Oh, okay, that's the issue. So the button is the problem. It's not the. In this template, we need a submit button. Hold on, a submit button. So in this test, it seems that the button was changed, but that's okay. So let's leave it like this. Check form container. We have Zapier. All right, that's fine. Let's publish it and test it one more time. And let's see now if it works. Adam, we click submit, and there is a thank you. So we could set up the actual background of this pop-up to be transparent, and then the thank you will show up only on the screen. We could make it bigger, we could make it smaller, but that's the gist of it. So hopefully that will help you. Thanks for these Okay, I answered this one already. Hello, David, just joining in now. We'll go back and find all your nuggets after. Perfect. Thank you very much. Will GrooveMail have a feature to pause emails so subscribers can stop receiving temporarily for, say, 2 weeks or 1 month instead of unsubscribing altogether? We are thinking about unsubscribe options, and we have a whole bunch of them. Like slow down emails or yeah, so we will have all sorts of different things. It's going to be on the unsubscribe page, so there will be a whole menu like managing of the subscriptions. So yeah, that's planned already. Thanks for doing these Q&As. How many emails can we have when we use our own domains or private domains? I think that's what they are called in Groove. I answered this one, Brad, just earlier. I don't know what exactly you mean by emails and domains. I explained both situations, so hopefully that gives you the explanation. We cannot create email inboxes for you as in other hosting platforms. We just don't do that. There is, if you have your own hosting that you pay for, then you can have as many emails as you want with the amount of storage that they provide you. If you use Groove, you can have a G Suite, Microsoft 365, Zoho Mail, or whatever connected to your domains, and then you decide how many emails you need or you want to create there. That is it. I hope I went through all of the questions. Some of the things that I didn't answer is because I think it is chit chat. Some people answer each other's questions and they are kind of communicating between each other. So I didn't open those, but I think I managed to answer most of the questions. So yeah, this is basically it for today. I'm going to wrap up now, but I want to invite you for a real good session, which is happening, I believe now. We have a guest speaker. I'm going to show you where you can find out more information about this. If you just log into our Facebook group, right, you will see here the webinar that is happening here. This is with Ben Settle. Ben Settle is a very, very famous marketer online. He is very, very knowledgeable, and he almost one of the best email conversion artists within the digital marketing world. So I would highly suggest you to check this webinar. He will be talking about how to optimize your email to increase clicks and conversions. If there's somebody that could teach you about this one, then that's definitely Ben Settle. He wrote a lot of books. He has many courses online about this stuff, and he is coming on to talk basically. I believe this is already started, so at 1:30 this should be now on for around 15 minutes. So I'm going to wrap up so that I let you guys go and check out Ben Settle. Have a look in your emails. You must be registered already to our webinar reminders, and you should have just gotten a link. You click on it and then you join the webinar. So that's it. I'm wrapping up, and hopefully you join the Ben Settle training, and then see you next Wednesday on another Q&A. Thanks guys. Bye for now.